So Julius Inyobere is already seated. Also here, Right Honorable Jones Onyeriri is already seated. Those are members of the discussion panel. And also here, Engineer Emeka Eze, the chairman of the FCT Civil Service Commission, is also here. I welcome all of you. Please, as you come in, take your seats. As you come in, take your seats, please. Please, let's clear the aisle, please. Thank you very much. Thank you. Please, as you come in, let's clear the aisle, take our seats. You're welcome, looking gaily dressed and beautiful as we celebrate the birthday of a national icon. So all of you, please clear the aisle and take your seats.
ladies and gentlemen. Any moment from now, we will be kicking off this program. I'd like to plead with us to please clear the aisle. Any moment from now, we will kick off this event. I'd like to plead with us to please clear the aisle. Thank you. Please, we need to clear the entrance into the hall. Let's do well to clear the entrance into the hall, and please clear the aisles. May we also identify our seats, please. Thank you so much for your kind cooperation.
Exceptional that day, and this is the day the Lord has made, and we all will rejoice and be glad in it. Engineer, please locate my sound and give me some more volume right here and in front of my feedbacks. So sit tight and enjoy yourself. To be a traditional day, and we all are going to enjoy some traditional music, and believing God that today will end good. So many people want to make it. Oh, Rani, I like to make it. Alaboloma, Iguadarima, Iguadarima. Alaboloma, yeah. Iguadarima, yeah. So me alatema, yeah. Igualabo. Iguadarima, Alaboloma, yeah, Iguadarima, oh, yeah, so me alatema, yeah, Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. Give us this day our daily bread. Oh, oh, Lord. Very, very low.
Thank you. Please, let's clear the aisle. Thank you for keeping it under the voice. Thank you. Let's clear the aisle, please. Let's clear the aisle. The Honorable Minister will soon be here. Let's clear the aisle. Loitering around the aisle is not allowed. If you are coming in, go to take your seats. Go to take your seats. Please clear the aisle. Please clear the aisle, please. The Honorable Minister is already out. Please, let's clear the aisle so that he can come in. Let's clear the aisle. Security, please assist. Let's get the aisle very free, even the entrance. The Distinguished Senator Philip Aduda is here with us. I welcome you. Thank you very much. Let me also welcome here the Honorable Minister of State for FCT, Dr. Mariam Mahmood and her lovely husband. I welcome you. Thank you very much. It's a very powerful team from the FCT that are here with us.
The Chairman, Elders Forum, Chief Ferdinand Alabrabra, Distinguished Service Star of River State, OON JP. You're welcome, sir.
This is the day, this is the day that the Lord has made, that the Lord has made. I will rejoice.
We welcome here.
Rejoice.
They celebrate
and be glad in him.
We welcome you, Your Excellency, Congratulations on your celebration. We welcome you on your birthday. We welcome you for your service to humanity, to Rivers State, to Nigeria. Your Excellency, we welcome you. Amazing day we have today. Beautiful day we have today. Congratulations. Former governor here, Honorable Minister of the FCT, a national icon, we welcome you. Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, for those that are still standing, find somewhere to sit.
Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, right before we start, we'd like to recognize those and the honorable ministers' entourage. We have distinguished Senator Samuel Ayawu, National Secretary of the People's Democratic Party, here seated. We also have in the entourage Ambassador Taufik Arakpaja, PDP Deputy National Chairman, South. We also have here Right Honorable Chibudom Uche, former Deputy Speaker of the House of Representatives. May we also recognize Senator Philip Aduda. We also have here Honorable Tony Okocha, Chairman, River State APC. Honorable Austin Muchuku, PDP Chairman, Imo State. Honorable Jukaye Amakri, Director of Energy Security, Office of the National Security Advisor. You're all welcome. Please, let's put our hands together for them.
Please, can we go back to our seats? Let's go back to our seats, please. We're about to start. He will say thank you to all of you later. Can we go back to our seats, please? We appreciate and acknowledge your loyalty. Please go back to your seats.
We also have on the entourage Dr. Dax George Kelly Alabo, FNIQS. Please, let's put our hands together for him. You're welcome, sir.
And so, Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, please shall we rise now for the national anthem.
Nigeria, we hail thee.
Thank you very much. Let me welcome here Venerable Christian Jaja to give us the opening prayers. Venerable Christian Jaja.
Let us pray. Our dear Father in heaven, we thank you for the grace and privilege of being counted among the living today. We thank you for his mercies, his protection, making this day possible. We thank you for the journey mercies granted to your people from far and near places to be in Port Harcourt for this celebration. Holy Father, in Psalm 8, verse 3, 4, and 5, so when I consider the heavens and the works of thy hands, the moon and the stars which thou hast made, what is man that thou art mindful of him, or the son of man that thou carest for him? For you have made him a little lower than the angels, and has crowned him with glory and honor. Holy Father, we thank you specially for blessing River State with your son. Our dear Father, our dear leader, His Excellency, Chief, Honorable NYESOM EZENWO WIKE, is a blessing to River State. And today, we are celebrating his birth. Holy Father, come and bless him more. Bless each and every one of us that are standing here. Lord, those that have made this possible, Lord, may celebration never cease in their homes. Holy Father, hallow this occasion with your presence and continue to lead your son for giant strides, for more celebrations. Lord, that at the end, River State will continue to see your presence, and your name alone will be glorified. Thank you for answered prayers. This we pray through Jesus Christ our Lord.
Thank you very much. Let's be seated. Your Excellency, the celebrant, they said I should tell you, in your footsteps, they want to walk. In your resounding wisdom, they want to talk. Under your foliage, they want to grow. In the direction of your life, they want to go. A life like yours, they want to experience. A life full of happiness, exuberance, achievement, intentional leadership, and focus. No wonder you are the poster boy of projects, the rock star leader. Well, young man, your clap for your daddy is not resounding. I can't hear you from here. That's his son learning at the feet of the master how to be a leader. So I welcome all of you. My name is Ebere Young, and I have your daughter here.
We are celebrating our father, our leader, a man who knows that you need to empower people to have men by you always. Please, let's put our hands together one more time for His Excellency EZENWO NYESOM WIKE, Grand Service Star of River State, Commander of the Order of the Thank you very much. Thank you so much. It is said that one who knows the way, goes the way, and shows the way is a visionary leader. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, that is why we're here to witness the amount of people in this hall to celebrate this great man. May I at this point invite to give a welcome remark the chairman of the Planning Committee, distinguished Senator Judge Thompson Sekibo, CON, distinguished service star of Republic.
Your Excellencies and our celebrity.
Ladies and gentlemen, this man has not slept in. Maybe tonight he'll be able to sleep. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you. You know, when I interrogate the life of the Honorable Minister of the FCT, what comes to mind is the saying of Mahatma Gandhi when he said, the only way to find yourself is to lose yourself in the service of others. And one man who shares that is going to address us next. He was the Honorable Commissioner for Justice as far back as 1990. Former president of the Nigerian Bar Association. He's an SAN, he's an MFR, he's a JP. Please join me as I welcome here the chairman of this occasion, OCJ Okocha SAN.
Chokike kauma matubobu abachiburama sinuguru wango sarma sirirume chokike osulema atikeru akakuma matubobu abachiburama sinuguru fodo sarma sirirume chokike osulema.
Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, let me thank you, and please permit me to make a special recognition of our special guest of honor, NYESOM EZENWO WIKE, Commander of the Order of the Niger, Grand Service Star of Rivers States, POS Africa, and please, that POS is not for sending money, and distinguished life member of the Honorable Body of Benchers, the highest body of excellence in the legal profession. Let me also recognize particularly the guest lecturer, Professor Julius Ihonvere. In Old Ife, Great Ife, he stood himself out at that time to be a brain box, and it is no wonder that is where he is now. Professor Julius, welcome. And my brother, Eme, who will be the reviewer of the book. I feel very honored by my colleagues in new, as you've been told, that acronym NYESOM EZENWO WIKE. It was as far back as 1999 that our paths crossed. And you know, he served thereafter as two-time chairman of the Obiakpo local government area of Rivers State. My home local government. We're indeed kinsmen of Evo clan. Evo and Apara, as Ikwere people know, are one. And then he served superlatively as two-term governor of Rivers State. And then he is now serving as the Honorable Minister of the Federal Capital Territory of Nigeria. In the period, he has won awards from the previous government under President Muhammadu Buhari for infrastructural development. And again, under the present government for infrastructural development. He's a superlative performer. And there is nothing put in his hand that will not be turned into success. Some will say he has the Midas touch. I used to tell him about an Okrika woman who told me that if she goes to the waterside and asks, all these boats, who is piloting them? And they say this one is being piloted by NYESOM WIKE, she will join that boat. She doesn't know where the boat is going. She doesn't know the mission, but she is sure that the captain of that boat knows where he is going, and he knows the mission. This is a man that we have given to Nigeria, and we are proud to be his friends and associates. And I want to thank us all for organizing this public lecture in his honor. Knowing him, he would have opposed it, but I think the pressure on him was so much that his friends won the day and said, let us honor you. And I thank us all for coming from far and wide. All the honorable ministers here, the distinguished senators here, former and present, the honorable members of the House of Representatives, the honorable members of the State Assembly, and all distinguished personages here for coming to join us to honor this man. As our chairman of the organizing committee has said, it is not a day for long speeches, but ordinarily a chairman should be given time to make a long speech, even though they will not pay me any professional fees, which is what we in the legal profession always are worried about. Senator Sandy, I know you're a very good friend of his. So I want to say welcome again, following the words of the chairman of the organizing committee. Please sit back, relax. It will be a very pleasurable occasion. And I thank you all again, and I pray that the Almighty and eternal God will bless our celebrants and will bless us all. Thank you.
This guy God, another one more. This guy God, another one more.
Thank you so much. That was the chairman of this occasion, Chief Sir OCJ Okocha, MFR. Please, can we put our hands together for him? Thank you so much, sir. While he was on stage giving his very beautiful speech, we had the Managing Director, Chief Executive Officer of the Niger Delta Development Commission working. Please, let's welcome Chief Samuel Obuku, PhD. You're welcome, sir. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, we're all out here to celebrate a visionary leader. Leadership is a capacity to translate vision into reality. And indeed, we're seeing this play out today. Little wonder we're all here to celebrate this great man in a state rich with culture and tradition. And of course, please let's put our hands together as a welcome to entertain us, Owembe Cultural Group. Please let's keep clapping for them.
Hello.
secularization, globalization, democratization, popular movements, and many more. He is an author of so many books recorded in international journals all over the world. Currently, he is the majority leader in the House of Representatives. We are very happy to have here with us Professor Julius Ihobere as our guest lecturer.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you, Ibere, for. Can you hear me at the back? All right, for establishing a good protocol line, but allow me to also specially greet my good friend and fellow Uniportian and celebrant of today's event. I congratulate him. I greet my colleagues from the National Assembly, in particular my, I don't know if I should call him a co-conspirator, OK Chinga, but we work together very well. When we have gathered to celebrate the birthday of a performer, it is equally an opportunity to reflect on the profound impact he has made as a leader in contemporary Nigeria. In an era where leadership is often defined by rhetoric, this stands out as a beacon of pragmatic action intertwined with visionary foresight. The old Japanese proverb that says, quote, vision without action is a daydream, action without vision is a nightmare. It's one of the very few statesmen I have met who is not only a visionary, but also continues to take actions to make his vision reality. Unfortunately, I'm more dream about being like him. That is just plain truth.
Somebody please screenshot them.
Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the topic is about pragmatic strides of a visionary leader and contemporary issues of society. In essence, our conversation is expected to hover around those critical issues of governance and development that currently unsettle us as a people, management and careful and pragmatic deployment of resources. Fixing Nigeria is not rocket science. It requires vision, dedication, courage, focus, seeking out competence, harnessing best practices around the world, believing in science and technology, rewarding innovation and creativity, and staying the course. Stay the course. Don't abandon everything you met because you are not the new man in charge and begin to waste our money on the new course. I believe that there is still hope for this country. But just look at the fight and the waste of time and money we're having over the tax bills. That is how we waste a lot of time. We don't know some of the things I'm saying. So I spent some time talking about unemployment, which is a time bomb and provides an easy army that can easily be recruited into negative engagements in the system. I talk about poor infrastructure, again fixing this I insist is not rocket science. Careful deployment of resources, expanding the tax net, cutting waste, checking corruption in contracts, and some of the steps that needs to be taken, and reducing the excessive markup in some of the jobs we do. I talk about inadequate access to healthcare, free drugs, etc. But I also talk about education. This is important to me. That the education sector suffers from poor funding. inadequate facilities, high dropout rates, especially among girls, for a variety of reasons, of course, and union disputes with government. For the past 10, 12, 15 years, ASO has been in dispute with the government of the union. And it is important. The fact remains that if we do not refocus and reposition the content of our education system to meet the needs of the contemporary era, we will remain in a barbar's chair, a lot of motion, but no progress. Our polytechnics are churning out hundreds of worthless certificates annually, and so are other tertiary institutions. They run these fake programs because PAR, which people go on weekends. The ones that go to school Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday are not good enough. Is it those that go on Saturday and Sunday and Friday evening that will bring the kind of certificate that will change Nigeria? When the lecturer himself wants to attend weddings and other events, we need to take a look at this certificate mentality. So I believe that if we do not look at our libraries and laboratories, they are empty, no relevant literature. The academic journals that used to flourish are now history, and major publishers now produce greeting cards, calendars, and roadside handbooks. Yes, some very good and expensive private institutions have been established, but they are not necessarily the answer to the crisis in the system. If we must,
emergency should be declared in this sector because of its far-reaching importance to all other sectors. In fact, the national policy on education, we will need to sit down and revamp it to see what is good. There's a video making the round about India and what they did in the education sector. I also spent some little time on ethnic and religious tensions. That Nigeria is home to diverse ethnic groups with very religious beliefs that sometimes lead to conflicts over resources of political representation exacerbated by historical grievances. But the poor, marginalized, and exploited majority are united by poverty, hunger, and lack of access to basic human needs. For them, the only solution to hunger is food. Whether you are operating from Katsina, from Borno, from Umuahia, from Benin City, every poor person is only one solution to hunger, is food. And how to get it. The only solution to illiteracy is good education. Similarly, the only solution to homelessness is affordable housing. And the only solution to illness is affordable and available healthcare services. But religious, regional, and ethnic entrepreneurs, merchants of political jingoism and opportunism, professional bean counters, and agents of political barbelé will not allow peace to reign and for the people to live in peace. Nigerian leaders must decide on how they must build bridges of tolerance, accommodation, and inclusion. Our people want to live in peace, work together, and make progress together. The last point, or second but one, is the political processes. There are serious challenges there. Sometimes when you win, INEC is the best organization. When you don't win, it has been bribed, you know. But from campaigns, party administration, elections, and post-election politics, there are challenges. Today, the courts have virtually become the last bus stop for contestants, not the ballot box. Even if you have always got 10 votes against 1 million, you still go to court. They may be try your luck. Our political parties are yet to fully appreciate the true importance of and functions of political parties. There are too many gatekeepers, manipulators, and persons bound to contaminating the political processes who will never respect the rules of the game. We are all politicians here, or at least most of us here. So I do not need to educate you on the challenges or dysfunctionalities in our political processes. The good people of this state know more about political rascality, chronic betrayals, indiscipline, ingratitude, and chronic backstabbing syndrome than most Nigerians. So we are working hard. Yes, we are working hard to ensure that democracy survives, but doing less to consolidate democracy and enhance democratization. There's a big difference. You can have democracy without democratization. Then it is an illiberal democracy that has all the features of democracy, but in reality, the power is not with the people. It's there only theoretically. Yet, without democratization, our political alignments and realignments will remain without norms. Politics must be governed by norms. When you erode the norms, then it becomes something, a Hobbesian state of nature. Above all the challenges, problems, distractions, and contradictions is leadership. We have been grappling with this since 1960. Of course, we have had and continue to have great leaders, wonderful leaders we shall never forget. Our history is full of strong, effective, and committed leaders that we'll continue to be very proud of. We have also had great thinkers, business persons, politicians, writers, soldiers, and academics. But we continue to lack, in large measure, a sense of mission and a sense of nation. It is not there. There is no collective will and determination to change things and establish a far-reaching policy or far-reaching policies and programs that withstand the test of time. There are no joint commitments to refocusing and repositioning the country for giant strides and progress. Most of our leaders still think in ethnic and religious and opportunistic terms. There is no national philosophy or national consciousness. We think that when during football we all support, come together, that is something we can sleep on. After the match is lost, you know the comments they make. So it's not there. Even many professors would rather go to the university in their ethnic zones. Go to many of Nigerian universities. Go to Ibadan, Ife. 80% of the names you see on the door are professors from, why are they afraid to go elsewhere? Well, I'm very proud I never taught to the University of Benin. I started with Ife, then to Port Harcourt, the great university here. That is partly part of the problem of ethnic jingoism. Similarly, many elected politicians, think of just their constituencies, which is not a crime. It becomes a problem when we cannot think and act beyond those narrow locations. We are not intentional in what we do to break the old barriers and construct new ones. This is where I believe the Bola Tinubu administration is different. Well, let me say where I think Bola Tinubu as president is different. Clearly, the phrase, too rich to be poor, but too poor to be rich, encapsulates Nigeria's paradoxical situation, where abundant resources do not translate into improved living conditions for its populace, largely due to mismanagement by leaders that prioritize personal gain over national development. We have the resources, the brains, the creative energy, and the motivation to succeed if only our leaders will see beyond narrow and personal interests. Before I go into my conclusion, let me, as a teacher, I must talk about the concept of visionary leadership and the path forward. Because we all say WIKE is visionary, he's a visionary, he has foresight. But what exactly does that entail? Because we say it about anybody we see. As you know, in our parties these days, to become a leader, all you need is show up with a lot of money. They put you on the high table, and they begin to ask you for advice, even when you just came from Congo, where you have been for the past 25 years. So part of that problem is to demonetize money. I know what I'm talking about from personal experience. Having articulated the issues above, let's proceed to locate the place of visionary leadership in providing the necessary path forward out of the woods. In doing this, I would provide a brief overview, very brief, of what visionary leadership entails. In leadership, Vision is the foundation of inspiration and motivation. It is the capability to create a compelling and powerful mental image of a preferable future that drives leaders to pursue. That's why you see many people here. There is that belief of we are going somewhere, and we have to go there together, come rain, come shine. Visionary leaders are distinct figures in the landscape of leadership. They possess an extraordinary ability to inspire and motivate those around them, creating a compelling narrative that encourages individuals to unite and strive towards a common goal. This unique capacity is not merely about having ideas. It is about transforming those ideas into a shared vision that resonates deeply with others. At the heart of effective leadership lies that powerful vision. This vision is more than just statement of set goals. I will do this, I will do this, I will do that. Rather, it is a vivid and dynamic depiction of what the future could be. A visionary leader does not simply outline objectives. He or she paints a picture that captures the imagination and aspirations of the team. This narrative serves as both inspiration and direction, allowing individuals to see beyond their current circumstances and envision the possibilities ahead. Possibilities ahead. That's what many Nigerians don't want to see. We are hungry. Ebin Power, give us food. Which president on earth distributes food to people on the streets like that? But they don't want to do anything. We are opposed to this policy because it will make us work hard. Who does that? Some of the National Assembly people know what I'm talking about. A key aspect of visionary leadership is the ability to craft a narrative that resonates on an emotional level. Visionary leaders articulate their vision in such a way that it ignites passion and commitment within their teams. They connect with individuals' values, hopes, and dreams, making the vision feel personal and attainable. This connection fosters loyalty and dedication, as team members feel invested in the journey towards achieving this shared goal. Now, this is very straightforward. Everywhere we see deputy is fighting with governor, this one is fighting with this. If you spend time looking at the vision and their belief in your own shared vision, the issue will be a bit less controversial. Let me skip some of this so that we can save some time. We have said that WIKE embodies most of the aforementioned traits through his unwavering commitment to the development society, right from his days as a council chairman to chief of staff to the governor, Minister of State for Education, Minister for Education, Governor of Rivers State twice, and currently as Minister of the Federal Capital Territory. He has consistently demonstrated that true leadership requires not only the ability to dream, but also the courage to act decisively. WIKE speaks the truth to power. He challenges orthodoxy and mediocrity. He has passion for pulling up the weak. His generosity can be overwhelming, just as his toughness can be amazing. He believes in shaking the table and trying new paths to problem solving. Oh, this has not been done by your predecessors. No, since they have not done it, I want to do it. And he gets it done. Building roads to locations of his political enemies where there had been no road before, in spite of how many governors have governed the state. That is part of the vision we're talking about. He does not forget, he has the courage to take tough and seemingly impossible tasks. He does not forget his enemies, but also does not forget his friends. He can forgive transgressions, but never forgets the offense. Because if he does that, he will be stupid. If you commit an offense, you apologize, he forgives you. Doesn't mean you should not forget the offense you committed. He believes in building people and institutions. He is detribalized and believes in a strong and united Nigeria. However, let us be clear. A vision alone is insufficient. Execution is key. Great leaders possess the unique ability to translate their lofty visions into actionable steps. They set concrete goals and develop strategies that pave the way for realizing their aspirations. Moreover, they inspire trust among their followers and cultivate an environment where innovation flourishes. In such an atmosphere, the people feel empowered to contribute meaningfully towards achieving a shared vision. Now, from his early days in public service to his current role as Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, WIKE has exemplified what it means to lead with purpose, courage, and integrity. His tenure in Rivers State was marked by transformative policies that addressed the pressing needs of the people. Under his leadership, Rivers State witnessed unprecedented infrastructural development, roads that connect communities, schools that educate future generations, support for educational institutions, hospitals that provide essential healthcare to people, all stand as testaments of his commitment to progress. You were all here, living witnesses, so I don't need to go on and on about this. It is not an outsider that will come and tell you about the location of furniture in your house. For the first time in over a decade, and I know what I'm talking about here, residents, visitors, and followers of happenings in the Federal Capital Territory will readily confess that someone occupies the position of FCT. I live in Abuja, and there were times where I used to ask my friend, do we still have a minister in this Abuja? Street lights were not working, trash everywhere, beggars all over the place, criminals roaming proudly. People started calling it Federal Cattle Territory, because right on the main Adetogumba Ademola Highway, you see cattle. And nothing was happening. 1 chance, 2 chance, 10 chance. Criminal gangs were floating all over the place. And when WIKE came and said, if you are built on the wrong land, it will go down. Some thought he was joking. I've never known him to say what he would not do. If you are fake C of O, whatever you have built will go down. They say, I lie. Not be FCT, we know how to work it. And within a year, he has transformed the FCT into a massive construction site. It is not by mistake that he is called Mr. Projects. In just 1 year, Abuja has taken a new look and on the path to the realization of being one of the most beautiful capital cities in the world. He has opened up massive new roads connecting various parts of the territory, uplifted schools, tackled insecurity, upgraded hospitals, and brought hope to the civil service of the ministry. This is the power of vision and competence and capacity that defines the man that we are gathered here to celebrate. And I want to especially thank the president for not saying, oh, WIKE is in a different party, he makes too much trouble, so I won't make him a minister. But he knew his capacity. He saw the capacity. He heard about the capacity. He read about the capacity and put him in what was probably the most difficult ministry. But today, we are seeing the result. That is why it is important in picking anybody, including your successor, competence, loyalty, capacity, capability, discipline, and commitment to the common good is essential. I believe that those that criminally abused the Abuja master plan in the past are today gnashing their teeth and wailing while spreading half-truths. For once, they have met Mr. Nigeria, a true son and hero of the South-South, with strong and deep taproots in Rivers State. He understands that true leadership requires addressing the root causes of societal problems, whether it is poverty, unemployment, or inequality. Through various initiatives aimed at youth empowerment and skill acquisition programs, he has provided countless young people with opportunities to thrive in an increasingly competitive world. Let me begin to close. As we celebrate His Excellency, NYESOM WIKE, EZENWO WIKE today, let us recognize him as not just as a leader, but as a visionary who takes pragmatic strides towards progress. His legacy will undoubtedly set him up for higher national assignments, because the punishment for good work is more good work and more punishment, and inspire future generations of leaders that understand that true greatness lies in the ability to transform dreams into reality through decisive actions. Let us recognize that the case of WIKE is an example to those who manage to come, fail to see anything, much less conquer anything. People that when the history of their state is written, their pages will be blank, either because of the harm they did to their own states, or because of the kind of negative, confused, wicked personalities they embodied. And we, the people, must ensure that in picking leaders, we are not swayed by endless, mindless, stupid rhetoric, promises with no taproots, and we pick non-entities who end up mismanaging the society and making life difficult. The Senate president is here. It is not by accident he was called an uncommon governor when he was governor. Because if you went to Akwa Ibom before he became Senate president, before he left there as governor, before he became governor, and compared it to his tenure, he took bold steps, not just physical, but he also took steps to change public perception of the average Akwa Ibomite. And also tried to instill in his people to stand up and look people in the face when you talk. That's exactly what WIKE did here. Some governors collected the same amount he collected, or even more. They didn't do anything. I'm aware he even advised one or two, use this money to do road, to do bridge, do this. They said, now you go teach us how we go do them. But today, they envy River State. One more sentence. By the time WIKE left office, this state had become the mecca of all persons with political intentions, persons who had grievances they wanted to resolve, for advice, for strategy, for direct engagement. And when he said one time, if you do this, I will put fire. Some people were looking for the matches and the lighter. They didn't understand. He was talking of strategy, policy, programs, alignment and realignment, the circulation of positive consciousness, and the empowerment of people to do good. So they were pursuing the ephemeral while the reality is there. So as we celebrate His Excellency, I join millions of his well-wishers and admirers to wish him a very happy birthday and to pray that many more productive years of service to humanity and our nation will be yours. As an aside, and as my own personal birthday gift, I pledge to sponsor a doctoral research of any Uniport student that desires to work on the institution called WIKE. Happy birthday, and thank you very much.
Vintage Professor Julius Ihobere. Can we put our hands together for him, ladies and gentlemen? A very consummate man of letters, Thank you very much. He makes knowledge so attractive. One more time, we welcome His Excellency, the Senate President. And in his entourage, Your Excellency, welcome you. His entourage, we welcome Senator Onyekachi Nweboyin, Deputy Chief Whip, Senator Osutangu, Minority Whip, Distinguished Senator Ibrahim Hassan Dakwambo, former governor of Gombe State, who is the Chairman, Committee on Drugs and Narcotics, Senator Asuko Ekpeyong, Chairman, Committee on Niger Delta Development, and Senator Samaila Kaila, Vice Chairman of the Committee on Health. Because His Excellency the Senate President has graciously come here and his schedule is abundantly very tight, we'll adjust our programs a little bit. Let me address the discussants. Each of you have just 2 minutes, please, so that we can wrap it up, do the book review, because when the Senate President comes here, he will deliver his address, step down and unveil the book, the footprints, and then he can take his uncommon steps towards Abuja. Thank you very much, thank you. So very quickly, Sele, do you have some recognitions or do I continue? All right, so let me kick off the discussion by inviting here a man that I call the journalist. In the last 3 decades, he's been a journalist from Daily Telegraph to The Sun, and everywhere he goes, he changes their story. Today, he has his own paper known as This Nigeria. I'd like to welcome here my brother. They say they gave him chieftaincy title in River State here. Eric Osage, 2 minutes.
Your Excellency, the Senate President, Your Excellency, 2 minutes. Your Excellency, the celebrant, other protocol duly observed. I won't take your time because even though I'm wearing a black hat, I'm not a professor. He's wearing white, I'm wearing the black. I'm going to speak as a journalist and a public commentator. First, after listening to the professor's speech, I identified 2 broad areas: challenge of leadership and challenge of followership. Chinua Achebe, in his seminal work, The Trouble with Nigeria, said, the problem with Nigeria is squarely on leadership. I want to model Any job you give to him, he must perform. Archimedes said, give me a place to stand and I will move the earth. Give me a place to stand and I will move the earth. From local government chairman of Obiakpo local government, he put that local government on the map of Nigeria. Before then, only very few people in Rivers State understood the significance of Obiakpo. Then he moved to chief of staff and then minister. Any job you give to him, he performs very, very well. Now, why do I talk about? I think you should clap if you want to clap, please. Don't stifle your clap. Today is his day. Now, for 8 years, we had a minister of FCT in Abuja, because I said I was not going to speak like a professor, but to be practical. Abuja was virtually dead. Many of those who are complaining today did not organize a protest to talk about good governance in FCT. Today, one man who is performing is attracting a lot of stones and bile. Why? Followership has to be able to galvanize leadership to action. If we have 4 ministers, 5 ministers, like NYESOM WIKE, Nigeria would move towards the right direction. Am I right or wrong? Today, NYESOM WIKE is #1 minister in the country. Now, any job you give to him, he just performs it. He just does his best. So I will quickly address orthodoxy and unorthodoxy. In this country, we have Muritala Muhammad. 6 months, he brought with immediate effect, with double quick time. We had 20 months of Buhari. We saw what they achieved. You may not like his method, but he's achieving. This is a man that will sing Yedebe, Yedebe in the evening, the theatrics of politics, and in the morning, he is with the serious business of governance. That is the man you have here. If politics will lead to development, I'm for it. Any politics that do not lead to development of the country is useless. But his politics leads to development. And we will continue to celebrate him because he works. He's a working minister. His heart is in his work, and the work is in his heart. So everywhere you go in Abuja today, he has transformed it. Now, why does he receive the criticisms? I will tell you, because he's performing. No other minister is receiving this criticism because everywhere is cold. The tree that bears good fruits will receive criticism. As a development journalist, our duty as Nigerians would be to support a public officer that is doing well. While those who are not doing well, we should continue to hold them to account. I would have to leave now. I see the Distinguished Senator Akpabio is itching to go. Thank you very much. I wish I had more time. God bless you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Please, we will need to adjust our program, but let me, for information's sake, what happened earlier during the blackout, I think one of the air conditioners caught fire or something, but we're fine. So we're fine. And so, Your Excellency, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to welcome here a man that I will be comfortable to call GSM. Was a governor, that's G. A senator, S. Was a minister, M. And in all of these roles, he played them in an uncommon way. Please welcome here the President of the Senate, the Civil Senator Goswill Obota Fabio GCON.
Aquabasi Momo. Amen, amen. Yantoro Momo. Amen, amen. Aquabasi Momo. Amen, amen. Yantoro Momo. Amen, Aquabasi yo 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 yo. Amen, amen. Aquabasi yo, Aquabasi yo. Amen, Yantoro Momo. Amen, amen. Yantoro Momo.
Thank you. Please be seated, sir. Let me first apologize that this is one day I would have loved to be here throughout. I do know that NYESOM WIKE did not organize this. The organizing committee did not take cognizance of those of us in Abuja. Otherwise, I mentioned to him, why didn't you plead with them to bring it to Abuja? He said, no, am I from Abuja? so that is NYESOM WIKE for you. Am I from Abuja? So the good people of Rivers said, you have a jewel in your son, NYESOM WIKE. My colleagues have been introduced, but I think Senator Jimmy Kuta was not introduced. He's the chairman of the Senate Committee on Area Councils. And of course, the chairman of Narcotics and Drugs and former governor of Gombe State, His Excellency Dan Kwambo, is also here. We have a lot of them. We have also my brother, the Civil Senator Asokwa Ekpeyon, NDDC chairman in the Senate, and our leader, the Civil Senator Webwe, the deputy majority leader. We have Dr. Kaila, distinguished senator from Bauchi of the PDP extraction, where NYESOM WIKE belongs. And we have also, in fact, even the guest lecturer, Prof, is the House of Representatives leader in the Senate, Professor Ihomvere, intellectually sagacious, always on point. May God continue to keep your brain vibrant. And thank you for a vibrant lecture. Senator Sitangu is the only senator that survived in Southeast. He is of the PDP extraction, but others, because of disobedience of the voters, the whole of Enugu is the only one. Thank God, Governor, his then governor is also here. In fact, in the whole Southeast, yes, he's the only one that survived in PDP. So, but Ojikalo is APC. Better allow me to talk. Betera is the chairman FCT in the House of Representatives, and my brother, Orwell. Orwell is from here, Orwell Nyesu. And so many others, distinguished senator. I have seen also Senator Sekibo and many other senators who are here. Let me recognize now the man of the moment, the celebrant, my brother, Senator. I hope I don't make that mistake again. Right Honorable, because he was local government chairman, Right Honorable Minister NYESOM WIKE, the Minister of Ministers. And
the WIKE successor, my young brother, my young son, Jordan NYESOM WIKE. I recognize you on behalf of the entire family. I'm very happy that you are here to witness this. The Honorable Minister of State for FCT and our spouse, distinguished ministers, including Lukbobri, the Managing Director of NDDC, and all the chieftains of NDDC who are here, the Right Honorable Speaker, River said, oh, he's here? I thought the government, I'm very happy to hear, that the Right Honorable Speaker of the River State House of Assembly is here. Right Honorable Speaker, I'm sure you are here with many of your members. They are all over. Oh my God. So the government is complete then? You don't need that because for those of you who may not understand politics, we were taught even whilst in school that the parliament can turn a woman into a man and a man into a woman. And as a governor, my greatest fear was my House of Assembly. So because of that, I never traveled anywhere without my speaker. Not destroying you alone, but destroying everything that you did. In my state, they used to go to even the airport I built and remove the plaque. I commissioned a road, they will go and move it so that my name would not be there again. But you know, if you're a politician, note, you must have a position. As people oppose you, there are also the footprints and the steps that you use to go higher. When you serve with dedication, with passion, and with godliness, with open heart, God would eventually and certainly lift you higher. And that is my prayer today for you. NYESOM WIKE, you are not the minister of FCT by chance. It is a reward for the hard work that you put in River State. When you were the governor. So after come and ask me, and I will tell you, when men say there's a casting down, God upstairs says, no, there's a lifting up. It doesn't was that I came to my state and I did what they call underground pipe jacking drainage system, where pipes were going 40 feet below the houses and going from one location. One was about 10.8 kilometers. A place called Itam Junction that was permanently flooded for almost 39 years. If you go there now, it's a tourist attraction with flyover, with everything. Then the underground pipe jacking drainage system that enable even the infrastructure, the roads are built to last 14 years after without a single pothole in Akwa Ibom. This man entered under the underground pipe jacking drainage system. He stood there. After a while, I turned and I saw tears in his eyes. And I said, Honourable Minister, what is the problem? He said, if I'm ever given the opportunity to be governor of River State, I'll turn River State around. So it wasn't a surprise to me when you came here, and even we in the APC, I remember the then Vice President came here, and the first thing he said after going around, he just turned to you and said, Mr. Project. You are not the one that gave yourself that name. It is not your party that even recognized that. I don't think your party is capable of recognizing people who work hard. It is only the APC that has that capacity to recognize people who work hard. That is why the APC fished you out and brought you out and gave you the Federal Capital Territory. And the difference is very clear. I live in Asokoro. And then there was this, overhead bridge. If you are coming from the villa, and then you cross it to Asokoro. In fact, my brother, I have to be honest, you are a miracle worker. You know, minister after minister, for over 20 years, that place remained like that. When you came in and you started your WIKE magic, I didn't know how. One day I passed there, and I shouted at my boys. I said, where are you taking me to? And they said, we are going to the house. I said, stop. This is not the way to the house. I said, sir, you know he closed this place for about 2 weeks or so. This is what he has produced. So I came out of the car and I went to inspect it. May God bless you and your generation. People, you can't have it all. You must have a few people who will criticize you. But just to say, Prof would know that Lee Kuan Yew, the man that turned Singapore from third world to first world, he used to arrest some of his enemies. Whenever he wanted to bring down a structure, they would shout. Then he would lock them up. 2, 3 years later, he would bring the same person out and say, what you are seeing here? He said, 18 stories. Don't you like it? He said, yeah, Mr. President, this is wonderful. He said, you can now go home. I had to lock you up in order to bring this because I must change the status of Singapore. It's not easy for you to change a place. One of my senators yesterday, Senator Ashiru, had to stand up in Parliament and shouted. I said, we can't hamstring this man. We must allow him to transform the FCT from a slum into a capital city. And if you know the man I'm talking about, you'll be amazed. I did not expect such outbursts from him because he's a very quiet man. But I think it was more out of anger. So, my brother, only one thing that I have done, I've discovered today, I've discovered that you are celebrating your 60th birthday. And I can't remember when I celebrated 60. So I can only say that from today, you have to give me respect. So, I'm your senior brother. Not because I'm Senate President, because I'm your senior by age. So happy birthday to my junior brother, NYESOM WIKE. So, my dear friends, and great women of Riverside, great women of Riverside, great mothers of Riverside, here is your son, in whom we are all well pleased. God will bless the women of Riverside for producing a son like NYESOM WIKE. I don't want to say anything today, but let me quickly just give a brief address. So, dear friends gathered today, we are here as members of the National Assembly, you know, including the chairman of FCT in the House of Reps, Betera, Right Honorable Betera, everybody knows him, to celebrate not just the years in your life, but to celebrate the life in your life. NYESOM WIKE, we are not celebrating the years of your life. We are celebrating the life in your life. The life in the years that you have lived. Very powerful. We have come to honor not just the duration of your life, but the donation of your life to humanity. And the countless ways that you have enriched the lives of others, the Riverside people, Nigerians as a whole. I know a lot of people who have given testimonies of how you have touched them in various states of the Federation. Continue to be a humanist and a Nigerian patriot. Born in the tumultuous year of 1967, when the fabric of our nation was being tested in the fires of conflict. Maybe that is what is happening, that is what is influencing you. That was the year you were born. When the fabric of our nation was being tested, you emerged, not in the safety of calm waters, but amidst the storm itself, when Nigeria was just beginning the war. So the war entered inside you. But the war of what? The war of transformation, the war of infrastructural renaissance, and the war of love for Riverside. I would have told them the story of how you love them, but I won't go far today. And then, if the Rivers people do not appreciate you, please begin to love Akwa Ibom said. Because we appreciate you. Niger Delta, we appreciate you. South, we appreciate you. The President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, appreciates your work and appreciates you. The government of the APC, we appreciate you. I've seen the National Secretary of APC, Sam Daddy, and he was, PDP. Sam at the time was the policeman of the Senate in the Senate. I've seen the Deputy National Chairman and all. I don't know. It's good that you came, but the truth is that PDP, you don't deserve a man like WIKE now. You don't. That's why we are all waiting to grab him. So continue with those who will continue to betray. You might have chosen to arrive in a more tranquil times, but instead you bravely came forth into the fray when Nigeria was at war. It is perhaps this very fortitude that has shaped your character, allowing you to rise like an eagle, soaring high above the tempest that besets us. As a two-term governor, you have been a leader of the people, a visionary who acts with purpose, and a great friend whose care for others knows no bounds. Your dedication to uplifting communities as a governor, now as an honorary minister of the FCT, you've been a minister before, but this particular one is very important. Particularly during your governorship years, shine like a beacon of hope. Many would rather say that you have done better now as minister than when you were governor. But I can tell you, your character is to continue to improve upon your performance. You are now fighting to challenge yourself. I became an uncommon governor. I did this, I did that. Each time I look at you, I keep pleading with you, don't overdo. I allow my record to still remain, but I can see that you are very determined to break back here of making a difference, inspiring change, and of course, sharing that signature smile that you are known for, that warms our hearts and makes us to continue. I've had the privilege of visiting. I come to your house even when you are not expecting me, so I apologize. I'm not supposed to visit a minister, so I apologize for visiting WIKE always. Two of you are doing, other ministers will join. Tunji Ojo.
The book by the Senate President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Our special guest of honor is Excellency Senator Dr. Godswill O. Akpabio, GCON. Just before we invite to take the goodwill message, the Minister for State of the FCT, may I recognize Senator Heneke Lokobri, Minister of State Petroleum. You're welcome, sir. We also have here Distinguished Senator Jim Kuta, Chairman, Senate Committee on FCT, Area Council and Ancillary Matters. Honorable Makta Betara, Chairman, House Committee on FCT. Distinguished Senator Alwell Onyemsom, Distinguished Senator representing Rivers East Senatorial District. We also have here Right Honorable Chibudom Wuche, former Deputy Speaker of the House of Representatives. Also seated here is distinguished Senator Ibrahim Hassan Dankwambo. He's also a former governor of Gombe State. You're welcome, sir. And we also have His Excellency Okeze Victor Ikpazu, former governor of Abia State. You're welcome. We also have here Alabo Honorable Bomayaye Esquire, DSSRS, the Executive Director of Finance and Accounts of the NDDC. And we had in the entourage of the Senate President, Sir Victor Etim Antai, the Executive Director of Projects of the NDDC. You're welcome. Also here is Dr. Mike Wilahi, Chairman Hyper Board of Trustees. You're welcome. We have Honorable Mokhtar Aliyu Batara, as I earlier said, and Honorable Abubakar Nalaraba, OON, Honorable Hafiz Kawo. Thank you so much for being here. And may I now respectfully invite a medical doctor, a consultant and family physician, the Honorable Minister for State of the FCT, Dr. Miriam Mahmood, as she comes forward to take her goodwill message. Please, let's put our hands together for her. The Honorable Minister will be leaving immediately after her goodwill message as she is on another official assignment.
Thank you very much, the Master of Ceremony, His Excellency, the celebrant, Mr. Project, our boss, Barrister from WIKE, CON, a life venture, the chairman of the occasion, OCJ Okosha OFR, the chairman, Senate Committee on Area Council and Ancillary Matter, distinguished Senator Junkuta, the chairman, House Committee on FCT, Right Honorable Mukhtar Betara, all the members of the National Assembly that are here serving, and the former, our guest speaker, our discussants, ladies and gentlemen, good day to you all. I'm so happy to be part of this August occasion in the month of December, celebrating my birth, a visionary leader, a life bencher, Mr. Project, and we'll also give him several titles in FCT, among which are the Baradan Buari, one of the area council, also a Sarkinyak and Fekonkori. We are so happy to have His Excellency Barrister Elson Wiki as the Minister of FCT. So many people have testified. His Excellency has given an eloquent speech, and he has appreciated and commended my leader, His Excellency Barrister Elson Wiki. And I want to use this opportunity to tell you that we are so happy in FCT to have him as our minister. And I want to use this opportunity to thank Almighty for the gift of life to my leader. And I pray we celebrate, he will live long to celebrate 170 years. And in good health and prosperity. So on behalf of the FCT, I wish to congratulate our...
You've around your 2 minutes, we'll forgive you. So let me quickly welcome here Professor Silva Opoala Charles. He's not here, okay. All right, Honorable Johnson Nyerere, please step forward here to take your 2 minutes. I welcome you. Thank you very much.
My sincere salutation to His Excellency, our uncommon Senate President, His Excellency, the celebrant, and the Honorable Minister of FCT. Please permit me to also recognize my principal and boss, the National Secretary of the People's Banking Member and Chairman Committee of Banking and Currency in the House of Representatives. When I have an opportunity to interface with public servants,